Bills Bucs 44-32. Big game for the Bills.
I was at work and I completely forgot that game was on.
What a game
I
it
missed a lot of the
was.
1 o'clock games because it was busy at work. So I'm like, damn, I caught the tail end of that, like the last 10 minutes.
Josh Allen. 6 total touchdowns in one game. He is the Bills offense. That motherfucker is not going anywhere.
Okay.
He's MVP doing
Okay.
shit that's MVPs be
Listen,
doing again.
listen. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels this way. I love that for him. I also hate that for the Bills. Because it's like, that's great. You got 6 and you won the game. That was the whole purpose. But it's like, then why do you have like a receiving core? Why do you have running backs? Why do you have these things if you're never gonna fucking use them? It's sort of like, why is everyone else there if he's gonna be the only one working? I feel like sometimes like Patrick Mahomes, he gets the Chiefs out of crazy things and then they win. Like, when's the last time he got 6 touchdowns in one game? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know if that's too much for. I just feel like because God forbid something happens, then your whole team is done. I don't know. It's too Josh heavy, but it's amazing for us to watch as fans of the game. But it's just too like, do you want? I don't know.
So what you're saying is the team isn't as good as Josh Allen is.
Yeah, we all know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like I don't know how
Gibbs,
sustainable that is as the years go
fantasy
on.
purposes.
You know?
Yes, fantasy purposes.
Am I wrong?
I'm sorry. I had to glaze
I
Jameer
think-
Gibbs fantasy purposes. I'm sorry.
I think your argument is. It's not like it's not interesting. Like
It
Josh
could be a
Allen
terrible
to
take. That's fine.
it's not. It's not there. It's just, to me, I feel like this Bills team knows how good Josh Allen is, and that they don't need to invest in like big name receivers or have.
Okay, maybe
that, like,
I'm misunderstanding this. He threw some of those touchdowns in. He didn't run
He
those in
threw
himself.
three,
He
That's
had
what I'm talking
3,
about.
and then he 3 through the air, 3 on the ground.
because you're right.
I love the
Bills
3. I
wide
love the
receiver-
3 through the air. But I like him himself constantly going into the end. It's kind of like, what the fuck? I don't know. Also, I'm a Jet fan, so it's like, fuck him.
Well, he's been doing this for
His
a hot
goddamn
minute.
touchdown.
He's been doing this for like the
Right.
last 3-ish, 4 years.
I know.
But like, here's the
But
thing
that's
too. Like,
just
here's
like,
where
I
you're-
don't.
like, here's where you're not wrong. The Bills have a shitty wide receiver room. They just do. Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, and Curtis Samuel.
Yo, you know what it is? You know what it
Do you
is?
think they don't invest in their receivers because they know they have Josh and he will get all the
Yes.
touchdowns for them? Like,
Yes.
he would literally run them in
Yes,
every
yes.
time.
You
That's
want-
terrible.
you know what it
That's
is?
what I don't like.
The
Yes,
Bills.
there are receivers who make quarterbacks better, and there are quarterbacks who make receivers better.
Mhm.
Josh is a quarterback who makes his receivers better. Jefferson is a receiver who makes his quarterback better. There's a difference. Josh Allen is that good that you could give him a broom and he'll get a touchdown pass. That's how good Josh Allen is.
Because like when he had Stephon Diggs, the shit that they were doing was phenomenal. So I feel like if you just give him one of those guys, I don't know who it is, or because they have a bunch of wide receiver 3s on their team. Khalil Shakir, fine. We glaze him. He's interesting. He's decent. He's a wide receiver 2 or 3. Keon Coleman is a wide receiver 3. Curtis Samuel is a wide receiver 4. Josh Palmer is a wide receiver 3. All these guys are not these like main name guys who are like wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 type of guys. These aren't the guys who are going to single-handedly, could take over a game for you. You got to put them in positions to make plays. But guess what? They're not going to bitch and complain when they don't get the ball.
No, and I mean, I don't know. It's just, I feel like, I just don't know how long that's sustainable. Like, for him to be constantly running into the end zone is a little off. I don't know. It's amazing to watch, but I just feel like that's kind of dangerous. And there's a limit, though. The reason why, because it shows, because when they get into the playoffs, they can only go so far.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's the only fucking one that can. And it's just like, he is still not enough for for the beast that keeps stopping him. So it's like, okay, so you really need to have a team for him. I get during the regular season, yeah, but I just feel like it doesn't translate to the most important games for him when he's facing the Chiefs. You know,
Well,
it's like there's always a stoppage somewhere.
look at what Mahomes has gotten compared to Josh Allen. Mahomes got, Travis Kelce was already there, but he got Rashid Rice, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown. At one point, he had what's his name? Why am I forgetting? DeAndre Hopkins.
Tyreek Hill.
Right, he had Tyreek Hill. Like, he had all pro receivers there, and people and young receivers who could add to that. Rashid Rice is a big body in the end zone. Xavier Worthy is a speed, so it adds different elements to the offense. What did Josh Allen get? Amari Cooper, and we all freaked out when he got Amari Cooper.
Yeah,
Like that Stephon Diggs, but he had a fight with Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is gone now, so it's like, and look who's constantly in the playoffs every year, and getting success to a Super Bowl.
It's the Bills. The Bills know how to build a good team, but like, you know what I was thinking about. What's like a great way to describe the Bills wide receiver room and like that offense? Like, they are like a team in baseball. And Daniel's going to understand where I'm coming from this. In baseball, sometimes, yeah, you have these teams with like maybe one well-known guy, maybe two well-known guys, and then the rest are a bunch of guys who can get the job done, right? They hit 260, not really that many home runs. They hit for average, they get on base, and they play baseball the right way. And that, for a lot of times, can be really good in the playoffs. Really good, because you need those guys who are just going to be as consistent as a rock, just consistently 260, 260, 260. And then all of a sudden it clicks in the playoffs. Oh, we're hitting 300 now. Oh, the balls that were fly outs are now home runs. Oh, but they're not well-known guys. That's what the Bills wide receiver room is. Just a bunch of baseball players who are pretty okay. But then Josh Allen's going to be that to kind of boost them up. Ooh, now we're hitting 300. Ooh, now we're scoring touchdowns. Ooh, now we're running the ball really well. Ooh.
There's a great quote by Wayne Gretzky, of all people. Greatest hockey player of all time. He said, "I'm never going to be a coach, but if I was, I would tell general manager, you give me 5 star players and the rest of the team be guys who just really want to win, and I'll win you a Stanley Cup in 1 year."
That quote was so fire.
And they're going up the team. And
you see that?
He's still.
That quote was so fire. He froze. You saw that shit?
You froze.
Yeah, that was fire.
Yeah.
But my point is, like, that's kind of, the Bills are kind of just below that level where they have some superstars, but other teams have more, and those teams also have guys who really want to win. Like, the Chiefs just have more. Like, they're similar to the Bills, but they have more stars than the Bills do. Mm-hmm. And that's what ultimately, to me, matters. I feel like, that's what I've been saying for a long time, the Bills' construction has been weird. Where their defense isn't really all that. Their offense isn't really all that spectacular. But Josh Allen's a unicorn. And that guy could ball. And he will win them every game possible. He's just that good. It's why when we get to the end of the year, his numbers really don't match up with how well he's played. Because he just doesn't have the receivers to give him the great numbers. Like, think of the great quarterbacks. They have great talent around them. Stafford has Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. Joe Burrow has Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Lamar Jackson has, Derrick Henry. Like, these great quarterbacks also have great weapons around them. Josh Allen's making it work with Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman. Nothing against them, but they're not superstar receivers.
Not even close. They're not even on the level of like an Xavier. What's his name? Flowers. I'm thinking of the guy from Baltimore. They're not even on the competition of Zay Flowers even. And Mark Andrews.
But with all that being said, the Bills did win today. They won a massive game.
No, they needed that.
They needed that. And
they needed their.
I told y'all the Bucs would lose. I told y'all, I'm like, some way, somehow, Bucs are gonna lose. I just know my Bucs. You know what I mean? I know my guys, man. I know them.
Oh my God, is this George Washington's house that they're looking over? That was some tourist house. That was some tourism historical site.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Oh,
But it's got to be something in Philadelphia. It's got to
Oh.
be with Benjamin Franklin or some shit because this is not Washington.
Oh.
But no, they needed the win because I can't believe it's already November and it's already like week 11. So we're getting closer to the end here. So they need to gear up all their wins and all their confidence for the playoffs.
They're not winning their division. They're going to be a wild card team.
Yeah.
So I think that this win is massive towards that. Can you imagine you just won your division, you're in the playoffs, and your first round opponent is the Bills on the road?
Fuck. Good luck. Good luck. Oh man.
The AFC this year is very, very stacked. The fact that you have a Bills as a wild card team just proves that. But the Bucs to me are interesting. They've played two really tough teams. They've lost both games. They did not look good in this game offensively. They had chances, they had opportunities. Baker looked okay. Not the best against a okay defense.
Mm-hmm.
I think the bye kind of hurt them a little bit here, but I think the Bucs will be relatively okay going forward. But I think the Bills we needed to see this from them. We needed to see if they could go out, dominate a team, and prove they're still a best team. Because after last week, they needed this win, 100%. But who knows? Maybe next week they'll lose because right now they're shaky. They've been up and down all year. They need to find their consistency, and it can't just be Josh Allen. It's got to be the whole team.
Yeah,
needs to find their consistency.
I'm dying. Oh goodness gracious! What game was I gonna bring up?
If I may bring up a game, real quick.
Go ahead.
Shout out to my boy Bryce Young and the Panthers.
Ooh.
30-27 win over the Falcons. They're 6-5, tied for first in the division.
I'm just saying.
The Panthers are coming around. Bryce Young, 448 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. I don't know, Jim. The Panthers, I don't know. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Sneaky.
Are they cooking?
They're cooking now. They play the 49ers next week, so they might not cook too much, right? But they're cooking. They're doing a good.
That might be a very competitive game.
They beat the Packers. They've beaten the Cowboys. They've beaten the Dolphins, and they beat the Falcons twice. So Falcons are pretty much cooked for this entire division. Then you play the 49ers, and then you play the Rams. Those are 2 tough weeks. If they can steal one of those games, Tampa Bay is in a little.
They have a better chance beating the Niners.
They're in a bit of trouble, Tampa Bay now, because the Panthers are creeping up, and they're slowly got some good wins on their resume. Now, granted, they do play up and down ball, but if they play up,